Hey everybody, back with BB. Today we're making slug traps so we don't have to buy them because I'm cheap. I'm going to use an old French onion dip container, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some long windows along the top rim here. I'll probably do a couple. Then I'm going to take some tape, any kind of tape you want, just so it's not really sharp because the slugs won't want to crawl over. Sorry about the noise, that's fine. It's springtime, the kids are out, they should be out. But anyways, you put a little bit of tape over there just to smooth over the edges so they are happier to crawl in. You could even stick like a little stick or something in there because this is a little bit more sharp than it would be if you were to buy it at the store or offline. So after I'm done doing this one, we're gonna place it in the ground, but then I want to try something new with you guys. Not that I don't want to share my beer with the slugs, because I really don't care, you don't put much in there, but I seen somebody make a different slug trap using 2 terracotta pots with some soil in the first one. So I here have 2 terracotta pots. We're gonna try it out together. We're gonna see if this works. Not that I won't be using that one, but this is like an extra security net, because I swear, like, slugs are just so they're so annoying, and it's every year I have to plant so many seedlings because I know they're going to eat like half of them. Plus I've got like I always have bird feed close to my garden just to make sure they're always there eating the slugs and keeping them out of it. So what we're going to do with this one is I've taken and I have filled this with soil. Normally they come with holes in it. This one does not, which this one does not need a hole. I'm going to put a ton of water in here, get this really, really wet. I'm going to go to my garden. I'm going to flip this over as fast as I can so it doesn't spill everywhere, and make sure that it's really, really moist in there so it keeps this terracotta pot wet. Then we're going to take this terracotta pot and set it on top. The slugs, somehow, they know this is a great home and this is where they want to be, are going to crawl up and into this hole, which is very rough. Maybe I might sand that down. But anyways, they're going to crawl into this hole and they're going to be living and nesting on the moisture of this and on the inside of here. And then in the mornings, I can go and take them out and dispose of them as I choose, which would be in the trash. So hopefully this works, because I'm going to put this one like right in the middle of my garden. All right, let's start with this one. You can use like a heated, like you use the guns for like wood artwork and stuff. You can use that to go through this. It'll make it a lot easier. I don't have one, so I just take a pair of scissors, scrunch it up a little bit, create the first little hole, and there you go. Now we're going to create an entryway for them to come hang out. I really hope everyone's getting outside today. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I got the first one out. So then when we put it in the ground, we're going to put it to about right there, so they still have room to kind of go up, and if it rains, the water won't. I know that this one obviously does not have as much of a roof, but there is still slightly a roof, so the water will not get in. All right, let's make a few more of these little window ways for them to get in. Okay, so now we've gotten 3 of them. Nice large holes so they can get in from any direction. I'm going to take a little bit of this tape, and it doesn't have to be perfect on there. Again, you can use any tape you want. I'm going to put it on this bottom lip. See, and I didn't even go all the way to the edges. It'll work. Excuse me. It'll work. It'll be fine. And if anybody else has any other ideas that they've tried or want to try, please send suggestions. Let me know what you think. The slugs make me angry. I also have a really bad problem with the locusts around here. They look like giant grasshoppers. The only thing I can really do about that, though, is invite the birds into my yard, because run them over with a lawnmower. But we've got farms all around here, so they come from the fields and the farms and stuff like that. So all right, we got the 3rd one on. Look at that slug hut number 3. Oh, that's fragile, so you have to be a little careful when we put the lid on, because it said crunch. Okay, so we're gonna take this and our terracotta pots. We're gonna travel back here to the garden and we're gonna set them up. Let's go. All right, let's start with slug hut number 3. And for anyone who doesn't understand why I keep saying slug hut number 3, I made a video already where I had put 2 of them in the ground, but they're actually store-bought, and I wanted to show everybody how easy it was just to make one on your own. So if you haven't seen that video, you can go check that one out. All right, let's get this in the ground. Oh, yes. Oh, flicking stuff in there. I actually have really high traffic of slugs right here. When I had planted, I have peas planted along right here on a trellis. I had dug a hole and I seen a bunch. And man, now that I think about it, I should have made a video. I seen a bunch of slug eggs and it was just, ew, so gross. And I was so mad, like I knew that I had to really, really put my foot down this year and do something about it. Okay, so now that I have that in the ground, I'm going to come out tonight and I'm going to put some beer in here. And then I will show you guys this one in the morning. How much I've caught, and I'm also going to refill Slug Hut 1 and Slug Hut 2 with beer as well. Oh, look at, I don't know if you guys can see that far over, it's so bright out, but there's a little baby pea. Okay, let's go on over and go to the terracotta pots and get those going. All right, now we're at the terracotta slug trap. So what I'm going to do is, I've got all my dirt in here. I'm going to get it super, super wet. Ah! All right, that's mud, so that's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to try to flip this over. I'm actually going to wet the outside of the terracotta pot because I want to be 100% sure. I'm going to make sure the ground's really wet around here. Okay. We're going to take our second terracotta pot. This terracotta pot is supposed to touch the ground, but it doesn't. But it does give a really good, nice seal, so I think it'll be just fine. All right, I will be back in the morning and let's see what we've got. All right, we're back the next day. Let's check out our slug trap number 3, and then let's go check out the terracotta pot and see how that worked out. We did have a lot of rain, so everything is pretty drenched out here, so I'm not sure that they would actually go in there to get to the moisture because everything is moist. All right, let's check these out. All right, slug hut number 3. All right, we got a lot in there. It's a decent amount. Decent amount, not too shabby. All right, let's check out the next one. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh no! Oof. My pots are gonna be stuck together. Well, that is not working out for me, is it? There's nothing in there anyway. Alright, so I'm actually going to have to get a bigger one of these, and we'll try again. Oh well, not everything works.